All right, so I have a demonstration for you today. My demonstration is how to attach strap anchors. It's super simple, but I feel like it can give an extra added professional look to your bags. I noticed Bronwyn, for her Sublime bag that she's making for the Sublime Bag Sew Along, is utilizing strap anchors right here in this area where I've got the tabs. So you can either use strap anchors on the front and the back of your bag for handles like this. You can also use the strap anchors on a bag that has a side strap like this satellite bag. The strap anchors could be utilized in place of the tabs. So I'm going to jump over to the side camera and show you how to install them. Okay, so I've prepared this little piece of fabric to simulate the front of the bag. I've already attached the fabric to the interfacing, which you definitely want to do first. And here's what the strap anchors look like in the package. So you'll get the 4 strap anchors as well as the washers, and I've already went ahead and pulled one out of the package. So I've gone ahead and linked to in the description where you can find these strap anchors, and they come in different shapes and finishes. So if you're not set on this particular shape, there's other shapes out there. This is the gunmetal finish, but there's a rose gold, a rainbow silver gold, all sorts of different options. So this is basically in place of a purse tab, because it's got this portion that you attach to the bag, and it's already got where you might use a D-ring or a triangle ring. It's already got this ring where you can attach to your strap. So this piece would go on the bag. As you can see from the back, there's 4 prongs. I've already bent 2 of the prongs down, and I'm going to go ahead and bend the 2 bottom prongs out. So these are going to go through the right side of your fabric in a similar nature that you would do with your magnetic snaps, as your magnetic snaps usually have prongs. And I'm going to be using 2 of the washers. So the washers are just going to go vertically. Normally with the magnetic snaps, my washers go, I guess, kind of horizontally. So this is the reason that I bent the prongs down first, is so that I could easily mark the placement on my fabric. So you'll need to decide where you want to attach this. I'm just going to arbitrarily attach this like so. And I'm just going to use my pen to mark the prong placement. There we go, it's working. Okay, and you want to just make sure wherever you're attaching the strap anchor, you do the same thing on the front and the back of the bag, or on the side panels, the same measurements. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my seam ripper to make small slits in the fabric, and as always, you always want to start making smaller slits. You can always make smaller slits bigger, but if you accidentally make your slit too big, you're kind of stuck. And I usually like to follow up any slits that I make through fabric with a bit of seam sealant, and I'm using Fray Block here. Just going to put a little dab on, oops, that was a big dab, on each of the slits. So this strap anchor is going to go through the right side of the fabric. I'm going to get my iron started because I'm going to reinforce that a little bit too. So let me let that dry for a little bit. I'm also going to use a piece of ultra firm interfacing, so you can use either Peltex, or I'm using Decovil Heavy here. I'm also going to mark the prong placement on the ultra firm interfacing. So you just want the interfacing to be larger than your piece so that you have enough to hang on to. And I also cut a piece of Shape Flex that was bigger than the ultra firm interfacing. So that's just a little bit of extra to reinforce this piece as well. And of course, I also need to make slits through that interfacing. Okay, so this is going to go through the right side of the fabric, and as I mentioned, if your slits are too small, you can always go ahead and make them bigger. Mine looks fine, so I'm going to go ahead and flip to the wrong side of the fabric where you can see the interfacing. I'm going to go ahead and slip that Peltex on. It looks like that one needs to be made bigger. Okay, then I'm going to place the washers, and then I'm going to open those prongs outward. And you can either, these were easy enough to do by hand, but you could also lean them up against the edge of your table. And I'm going to go ahead and take the adhesive side of the Shapeflex and just go ahead and cover that whole piece right there. So I'm just using this to kind of give some extra reinforcements. So, since this strap anchor was quite a bit larger than magnetic snaps, just to make sure everything's not moving at all in the finished bag. So that's what it looks like on the wrong side of the fabric, and that's what that finished strap anchor looks like on the right side of the fabric, and it's ready to just go ahead and insert your purse strap, adjustable strap, or handles, whatever you're adding to your project. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. As you can see, it's really super simple to attach the strap anchors to your fabric, and I feel like it'll do a little bit of extra to spice up your finished bag. So I'd like to invite you now, if you enjoy the live shows, if you enjoy our bag making and sewing tutorial videos, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit the share button right now and share this sewing video with your other sewing friends on Facebook. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, if you're not already subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing so that you can be the first to hear whenever we go live or whenever we post a new video to the channel. Regardless if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you could at least hit the like button, which is the little picture of the thumbs up. The likes, shares, and subscribes help us out so much, so thank you so much for doing that. So